So this project is the Bialik College Creche. It's a new building designed for 60 children aged 3 months to 3 years. Bialik College is an independent Jewish school. It was established nearly 80 years ago in Hawthorne. This being the school's only campus, it now provides education from the creche through to Year 12. Look, this is childcare, and there's centres popping up all the time. Childcare providers competes to make things flashy, fancy, fun, entice parents and children. For us as architects, there's really a benefit and a challenge in developing a project like this for a school on a campus. The building has to become an integrated part of its context. It's not just standalone. It interacts with the rest of the campus, and a building like this also has to interact with and provide to the community. Families meet, congregate, move from building to building, dropping off, picking up siblings. This new building is adjacent to one of the main campus entry points on Unger Road. Any morning or afternoon, over 1,000 people will filter right past the entry to it in the space of an hour. It sits between two large existing buildings, the ELC to the north, which is a building for approximately 300 students, and the sports centre to the south, with a pool, basketball courts, gym, gymnasium. This building took the place of an open grassed area, and it's always a loss to any school, not just because of the loss of space, but the loss of greenery and sense of openness. Therefore, it was critical for us that the new building integrate into its surrounds in a sensitive way. The rammed earth was used as the main material for the east facade. Simple, natural tones get lost between the greenery below, in front and above. The wavy finish of the stainless steel reflects a mottled view of the surrounds, picking up sky and trees, and the use of the mirrors allowed us to distort the boundaries of the building, allowing a double-storey structure, but with a more minimal visual impact. As mentioned, the building's along the main thoroughfare through the campus, and as lots of people stream past in the morning, we allow for a wide open entry that filters people into the creche, following the rammed earth wall around as it wraps into the building interior, with glazed roof that rises up the wall as it enters the building, creating a light-filled, welcoming entry. Designing for a school is a constant feedback loop, like all projects perhaps, but you have many opinions, goals, influences, desired outcomes. The overall conceptual basis for the school, for the building, has to integrate lots of elements, influences and opinions. It clearly has to be a functional space, but it also has to cater to the pedagogical model of the school, embodying its philosophy, its culture and its Jewish heritage. I find as an architect that whilst all this is critical to the success of the building, we needed to provide somewhat of a deeper level, provide an overarching story. This story is often only a jumping off point for the design, evolves, clashes with reality and budget, but if you can get it right, you can hopefully tie together everything with a bit of poetry. Our poetry was found in integrating mathematics with philosophy. The curved rammed earth wall follows a Fibonacci spiral, which defines the floor plan of the building. This spiral starts out as a rammed earth wall, externally wrapping the building, and then changes as it comes inside, continuing as a curved timber lighting a strip on the ceiling and delineating floor finishes. This concept succeeded for us and was embraced by the school, and it's not only providing a building of interest, but also speaks very deeply to the pedagogical model of the school. The infinite nature of the spiral speaks directly to the Reggio Emilia educational model that the school uses as the basis of its early years education. This infinite shape speaks to the continuous and ever-deepening 100 languages of children, which is a key element of Reggio education. I'll read a small excerpt from a poem to help you understand this somewhat. 100 thoughts, 100 ways of thinking, of playing, of speaking. The child has 100 languages, and 100 more, but they steal 99. These principles were integrated into the design of the building. It embraces children as constructors of their own knowledge and competencies. Their environment is a backdrop for them to interact with, modify and shape. There's a constant dialogue between architecture and pedagogy. The heart of the building is its piazza. There's one on each level. Simply, it's a central space that all the rooms open out onto. But it facilitates so much more. It's a meeting place for families in the mornings and evenings. It's a meeting place for the children. The children of different age groups come together there and play a bit and learn from each other. It's a place for celebration, for teaching the kids about Jewish holidays, of holding a welcome to country ceremony every week. The children's rooms are designed with a muted palette, intentionally simple. We provide a white backdrop with timber and rammed earth coming through as predominant materials. The spaces are designed to allow the children to experiment, interact, and guide their own day's activities. The piazza and classrooms all open directly onto external play areas to the northwest. Heat loads managed through the inclusion of deep covered verandas on both levels. The upper deck has adjustable screening and 2 shade houses, which allows an adaptability and responsiveness to the weather. The lower garden has several shade structures and a well-placed tree cover. Working closely with the landscape architect resulted in a green space that integrates well with the building and provides versatile play environment that doesn't aim to provide play equipment but facilitate exploration and learning. Budget, reality and compromise form a key part of this design of this building. I feel that in this category we'll most likely see many buildings that achieve exceptional outcomes on exceptional budgets. What we tried to create here is a building that distills the goals and desires of the client. We spent money on key elements that enhance the space and pulled back where it's unnecessary. What we sometimes forget as designers and adults is the true audience of these spaces, its users. They're the kids that get a birthday present and then end up playing with the box. There's no need to have large, high-concept, stimulating ideas throughout. The children are the colour. They bring the colour. They paint, create, and bring life to this space. I learned a lot trying to design this space for them, and it was a privilege and to achieve it as best as possible. And on a personal note, as a parent, I was lucky enough to send my son to this creche, and I've been pretty happy with the outcomes. Thank you.
Well done.
Thanks.